Hi guys, this is Atruba and my group will present a game review about the video game Plants vs. Zombies. I'll be covering the producer and the game artist role in this game review. Games producers are the eyes, ears, and glue of game development. A video game producer will manage employees creating video games, play an executive role during each development phase. They raise the money, get talented staff on board, and make sure the best possible game gets made, whatever challenges might stand in its way. In Plants vs. Zombies, the producer was George Fan. George Fan is the main designer of Plants vs. Zombies and the creator of the Plants vs. Zombies series. Now let's talk about the idea of Plants vs. Zombies. Fan had a prototype for a Java game about a fish tank where aliens attack it. It ended up turning into Insanuarium. He made this project with PopCap. He then later joined Blizzard and left after 2.5 years since he could not keep up with the other programmers and found it difficult to work with a large team. He preferred to work independently and did not join a studio for a year. George wanted to make a sequel to Insanuarium, however, he removed the fish from the game and instead turned his attention to gardening. He then got the idea for making a tower defense game featuring a garden which was defended by plants. Now, what is a games producer looking at? A game producer is responsible for relationships, project management, marketing, knowledge of games industry, knowledge of rights and licensing. Relationships and project management. George was enjoying working independently. He was persuaded to come work for the studio PopCap. There he would have access to more resources and manpower to help make the game a more enjoyable experience. He had a promising prototype, but he eventually assembled a team to do it for real. It was a small core team with a designer, a programmer, and an artist. That's just the way that Plants vs. Zombies came to life. Fan prototyped the game on his own and then joined PopCap Games, where others, Rich, Todd, and Laura, helped him bring it to fruition. Marketing and knowledge of games industry. George, ever aware of the gaming landscape around him, began noticing a lot of gardening games appearing. This was particularly true in the casual games market, where social online games all seem to be focusing on growing crops and planting seeds. He needed some bizarre twist to make it stand out, and so he threw in zombies. Knowledge of rights and licensing. At first, it was given the working title of Plants vs. Zombies, but this was never meant to be its finished name. George considered calling it Weedlings before the team started to like the idea of calling it Lawn of the Dead. To go with this, they'd need permission from George Romero, the director of the original Dawn of the Dead movie. So they sent a message for permission to use the name, but unfortunately it was rejected, and the name couldn't be used, so they ended up with Plants vs. Zombies itself. So here is a prototype of the game by George before joining PopCap for further development. Timeline. On April 1, 2009, PopCap released a music video for the song Zombies on Your Lawn to promote Plants vs. Zombies. On April 22, 2009, PopCap released an official game trailer of Plants vs. Zombies on YouTube. During the promotion of Plants vs. Zombies, PopCap released a demo version of the game that could be played for 30 minutes in September 2011. Plants vs. Zombies was officially released on May 5, 2009 for PC and Mac. As of 2013, Plants vs. Zombies, refraining from a $2.99 gameplay, is now free to play on both iOS and Android devices. Critics on mobile devices give the game an average of 4.3 to 4.8 star rating. On August 20, 2012, PopCap announced that they were working on a sequel to Plants vs. Zombies. What makes Plants vs. Zombies different from other games? There are already a large amount of casual gardening games in the market, so George needed to come up with something to make his game different from competitors' titles. This is where the zombies come in. Game artists are crucial to the process of creating games. They are responsible for creating 2D or 3D art for visual elements in video games. They work on components including characters, textures, colors, lighting, objects, and the environment. In this game, Rich Werner was a game artist. His biggest accomplishment was being the original artist, animator, and character designer for the game Plants vs. Zombies. He created most concepts of the game's characters. He has been in the gaming industry since around 2000 and is still active as an artist. Here is a collection of some of his artwork, concepts, and sketches he did when creating the original designs and artwork for the video game Plants vs. Zombies. He also created the logo and the original font used for Zombie Speak. George Van also contributed in designing and giving in his ideas. This is one of his sketches. The main thing which makes Plants vs. Zombies unique was that the designs of these zombies weren't really dark and spooky. They are instead more light-hearted designs but still looking like zombies. The plants, on the other hand, were more violent and deadly, especially the chomper and the pea shooter seen in the games.
Hello everyone, my name is Waleed Zaid. I will be discussing about sound designer. Now, what do sound designers do? Sound designers, in order to generate sound effects, ambient effects, and even music for video games, application, or any other form of interactive media. Sound designers gather, edit, and produce these sounds. Sound designer of the game Plants vs. Zombies is Laura Shigehara. Laura Shigehara is a Japanese-American singer, songwriter, composer, video game developer, and Twitch streamer. She contributed to approximately 30 additional video games that have been released. She is best known as the lead composer and sound designer for Plants vs. Zombies. Shigehara composed Plants vs. Zombies soundtrack. She borrowed elements from pop music and chiptune. Plants vs. Zombies has total 27 different soundtracks, which are Crazy Dave's Meeting, Crazy Dave Intro Theme, Choose Your Seats, Grass Walk, Lone Moon, Moon Rains, Zen Garden, Watery Graves Slow Version, Watery Graves Fast Version, Ultimate Battle, Cerebral, Graze the Roof, Brainiac Maniac, Zombies on Your Lawn, Zombotany, Bonus Track, and Uraniwa ni Zombies Ga. Plants vs. Zombie has 11 soundtracks in-game, which are Crazy Dave, Choose Your Seeds, Loon Boon, Moon Rain, Zen Garden, Watery Graves, Ultimate Battle, Rigor Mortis, Cerebral, Graze the Roof, and Brainiac. The songs Loon Boon, Brainiac, were written at the end of the footage. Eventually, the songs were made available as a downloadable soundtrack album.
All the petals off of my head, and then eat the brains of the one who planted me here. No! I'm just a sunflower, but you need power and entire infantry. You like the taste of brains, we don't like zombies.
Okay, so the song Zombies on Your Lawn was inspired by Still Alive, which played at the end of the video game Portal. PopCap released this music video, Zombies on Your Lawn, on 1st April 2009 to promote the game. Shigihara also performed the music video shown during the credits of the game titled Zombies on Your Lawn.
Hello everyone, my name is Michael Zulu, and my role for this presentation is the game programmer. So let's start off with the Plants vs. Zombie game programmer is taught simple as shown on the screen. So what exactly is a game programmer? A game programmer is somebody who is behind the engineering, the coding and the logic of the game. Their role is also helpful for graphic designers because graphic designers illustrate characters, and these characters come to life with the help of game programmer by using his or her coding skills to implement. And this character can be controlled by the user, whoever is playing Plants vs. Zombies. And all this coding inside of Plants vs. Zombies, it was developed by using PopCap Games Framework, also weirdly known as Sexy App Framework. So what is PopCap Games Framework? PopCap Games Framework is a flexible high-level library language that provides required functions and reusable components which are all professionally designed to make a good development of high-quality games just like Plants vs. Zombies. And so the game was done on May 5th of 2009, just 1 month before the financial crisis ended. But you need controls and interfaces. So what are controls and interfaces? The controls and interfaces are two-way direction of information which are being processed from both the device and the user. And if there are input devices, there is examples like the one shown in the picture. The one in the picture shows a keyboard which can be used to type in words for your presentation or search up things on Google or YouTube. Then there is a touchpad. The touchpad will be somewhat of a small cursor which has left click and right click simply on both sides. Then the tablet there is a touch screen which you can use to swipe your finger on. It can also be used as Touch ID, even camera, Face ID. There's also a mouse, which is also another way to control the cursor. But the main control for Plants vs. Zombies is mainly the mouse. There's of course the escape button to pause. Yes. But the mouse is used mainly with the left click. Left click to collect orbs. Or if you want to drag in new pea shooters or flowers, you can simply hold and left click and drag. And they should be on the top of the screen. And once you have enough coins, you may bring them in. And there's of course the graphic designing for this game. The graphic designing has the illustration, and there's one human also known as Crazy Dave. There is also zombies in the game, and there are different zombies. There's also a garden, plants, and vegetables. The main logic of Plants vs. Zombies is to prevent the zombies from reaching to your base. That is a very simple logic to understand. Pretty much adults or young ones can easily understand this game. Simply defend your base with the plants once enough you have coins. The game can also be played with up to 4 players in one game with 10 levels of Zombies Wrath. I will now pass the stage to our level designer, Suhail Khan.
Hello everyone, my name is Suhail and my role is level designer in Plants vs. Zombies game, and well, the real designer of the game is George Fan. So what is level designer? The level designer is a part of game development seems to be in charge of creating all levels, environments or challenges inside the gameplay. So this is the next level of in the Plants vs Zombies game, adventure level. The adventure level consists divided into the 5 stages, each of which has 10 stages. Each player obtains a different kinds of flowers to be used in final stage of almost each level. During level 2 actually open, zombies starts randomly dropping in-game incomes whenever destroyed. So let's go to the Team Guardian area level. The player could use cash in the game shop during level 3 and 4. It offers a promise that now the player utilizes to improve plants and tree planting tools for the Team Garden area. It must be reached around level 5. Level 4 it enables the game collections of plants that they either can equipments by shooting zombies or buy from the stores. So this is the mini challenge level. Each level represents a mini game, mostly on 5th level, which sometimes using the players using a production line to gather different plants. Plants are given to the players from production lines on the 10th level of each level. Round 1 and round 3 and 5 start happening during the day, but round 2 and 4 happens at midnight. So let's go to the 3rd and 4th level. The 3rd and 4th level are held inside the backyard of the home that has 6 tracks rather than the typical 5 ends and a pool that remaining 2 rows. Flower sheets. Most flowers could be put directly on water lines. However, plants were arranged on top of them of the surface. Almost majority of the grass is hidden by fog at level 4. So let's go to the 5th level. This 5th level takes place on top of something like the home, in edges with the upwards pitch of the rooftop throughout this setup. This same player must use rocky plants rather than the usual fighting plants. So pool level, let's go to the pool level. Now a pool level has been taken. Zombies were moving towards the right while protects their home against zombies attack. Each player must lie on the floor plants. So this is the pool level. So let's go to the 3 additional levels in the Plants vs Zombies game. The first level is survival level. The survival level features a number of more levels where the plants can use plants for defending against round attacking zombies that are progressively more difficult. Let's go to the mini level. Each player can pick a flower from a selection amongst 20 mini in the mini level. Each round uses a different concept of production line to provide the player specific plants and present them to the basic problems. So let's go to the last level, puzzle level. The puzzle level, each player smashes through a group of flower plots either holding a plants or a zombies. Once every container has been destroyed and every zombies has been killed, then the level is over.
That is all for this presentation. Thank you for watching and have a wonderful day.